Oh, the timing could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse indeed. So here we go. Game should be visible again. And we can continue, and here immediately start. A huge group of archers of Hera actually starting to move out right now. And it really is quite a large number. And obviously, we missed
you
130 minutes right now as we continue at the host time rather than the time we last saw. So we missed a little bit of the game, but I don't think anything too important happened. Zuppi lost the scout, archers of Hera are moving out, and Hera is dropping a town center right now on his wood line in the south, walled up at the back to make sure nothing can really get in anytime soon. And the first cav archers of Zuppi are trying to go out, and yes, as usual, this is for the Arabia 1v1 Invitational. And Xbox and Botkin are both being researched for Hera, and this is what we mentioned earlier. There's really... It's quite a significant army for Hera right now, whilst in the meanwhile, Zuppi only has 4 cav archers, I believe. Oh no, never mind, sorry, I missed the one in the middle. He's sitting at approximately 9 cav archers or anything like it. But he could really be struggling with the Xbox very soon.
But on the other hand, Zuppi's got 3 town centers up and a siege workshop for Mangonel.
Oh yes, indeed. Wow, so much happened in the 130 minutes we actually missed. These town centers going up for Zuppi. And the siege workshop, so yeah, indeed, he might have an easier time defending than we thought at the first stage. His woodline, however, is still uncovered, and I guess Hera will be able to get some harass in, but just has to mind the Mangonel, obviously.
I think the main problem that might eventuate is Zuppi is only on 3 archery ranges, whereas Hera has 4. So if he doesn't get good shots from that Mangonel, he's very quickly going to fall behind in army numbers.
Yeah, indeed. And he's already really behind on army, as we can see in the dashboard. 35 versus 16. Let me just check real quick whether I'm missing something important. Oh, wow.
Oh, that Mangonel shot.
Ooh. Well, it did a lot of damage, just killing too many Expos.
That's just a lot of splash damage on all of them.
Yeah, indeed. So there's just going to be very damaged. So a second shot is like guaranteed to wipe out half of the archers, but the cav archers might do the job as well. So it seems to be pushing off, or paying off rather. Sorry, for Zuppi so far to get a Mangonel out.
Oh yeah, especially versus crossbows, it's really, really needed because you can pretty much one-shot them if you get a good shot in. Whereas versus cav archers, the bloodlines.
Yeah, the bloodlines makes them survive the hit. So they'll struggle a bit more. It's easy out microed. So now Hera really forced to back off a little bit. So the Xbox didn't do that much damage after all.
Oh, it looks like Hera tried to build a 3rd TC, but he deleted it and he lost 2 stone. So he has to
that's always so annoying. And then you have to get stone, obviously, to make sure you can drop a new TC. And now getting the university already, so it seems like Hera is actually going for quite on time ballistics. But oh, he might use... Ooh, he's just dodging the Mangonel shot with his Xbox. Just in time, else it would have been a lot of casualties.
Well, Zuppi's almost got ballistics already.
Zuppi is going to lose a few villages over here. And that is a bit bad for Zuppi, as he doesn't have a lot of woods in the back. All his wood is mainly forward. There's this one big one in the back he might be better off using than the one he is right now. And yeah, ballistics is...
Because he has the extra town center, he can afford to lose a villager or 2 here and there.
Yeah, fair enough. You're still having quite a big military lead. But the Expos are not really as effective right now.
You know, like the amount of cav archers now that Zuppi has, the Expos aren't really a threat at all.
No, indeed. The Mangonels are really keeping him at bay, especially as they're so damaged. Third town center for Hera is coming up in the north on the wood line. And it seems like Zuppi is going to try and move around and deal some damage, but he might run straight into the town center and maybe even into the cav archer of Hera as he keeps patrolling over there. But it seems like Hera is going to... I thought he was going to move forward for now. Last scout fighting going on in the Castle Age. And here Zuppi is moving to the north, is going to run straight into the town center, it seems. And ballistics now done for both players. Now not really getting a lot of harassing, a little bit more on the veil count for Zuppi, as he obviously had his 3,000 up and running a bit earlier, so I guess that will explain the difference right here.
And Zuppi has slightly more upgrades than his Cav Archers. He has the +2 armor, and I think he's done husbandry as well.
Yes, indeed, so they're going to be a bit more well than the Cav
Gear is
Archers.
faster to run around.
So for now it seems Hera could have a good fight here. If the Mangonels are not nearby and he has his Expos to actually work, then he might have a good fight here. Especially taking the hill advantage over here, really nicely done. And just picking over 3 Cav Archers. Now getting the second armor upgrade as well, so they will be on equal terms soon. And Siege Workshop going up for Hera as well, next to his main gold earlier. And that's Sumbring.
Done a 4th town center up in the north on that extra gold.
Oh, interesting. I guess it's mainly to make sure the villages are safe taking the gold, rather than really needing that additional villager production right now.
I'm sure he's likely to use it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. If you get it, you probably do not want to idle it.
Like, unless you're saving up for Imp, and he doesn't really have the food eco at this stage to make it worthwhile to idle your TCs to up.
Yeah, indeed. So I guess we're going to see quite a bit more vills coming out before he's really trying to get the Imperial Age in as soon as possible. Now handcart being done. And we see Hera moving to his back gold as well. And dropping a 4th town center over there as well. So both players will be sitting at 4 town centers right now. Still a bit more military for Hera, but I think again it's going to be mainly the crossbows making the difference over here. But the Mangonels of Zuppi make more than up for that, in my opinion.
If the Mangonels happen to be in the right position, they seem to just be wandering all over the place.
Yeah, indeed. It's more of a defensive unit right now than an offensive. And Hera doing a great job harassing here, picking again a few villages. And that means the villager count is equal for now. And Zuppi trying to return the favor, but not really having a lot of success so far. And Hera's actually adding in skirmishes right now. And Zuppi is now clicking up to Imperial Age. And let me check how close Hera is. He's really close as well. Well, actually, I'm saying really close, but he still needs quite a share number of gold more to actually click up.
If he cancels Elite Skirmish, he'd be able to just about click up. But yeah, look, he's just managed to get the gold.
Okay, he can click up right now. So he's up as well. I feel like Zuppi should be a bit careful. Make sure he gets the Imperial upgrades first before he's going to pick any fights. On the other hand, Hera isn't going to be that much later on the Imperial Age, so I would doubt he will really have a time frame to do a lot of damage because he's ahead. But obviously that's up to how Hera plays and how he times it.
Well, he's also starting to switch into skirmishes a little bit more. So once he has the Elite Skirm upgrade, if Zuppi doesn't add in lots of rams or some hussar or something, he's gonna have a little bit more difficulty in the fights.
Now dealing with a bit of the Expos is going to cost him quite a bit of Cav Archer numbers in the north. We also see, well, more in the west really. We see 2 great groups of Cav Archers getting their Mangonels a bit late to the party in the south, but all the Expos are getting cleaned up, and I think obviously he lost some Cav Archers, but it still feels like a good fight as it just takes some pressure off him.
Yeah, and they're just about equal on army, equal on villages, so it's a pretty even game, even though Zuppi's lost at least 10 villages on his wood line.
Yeah, but obviously Zuppi had a bit more of early town centers up. All of his town centers really were a bit earlier, so I guess that's going to explain the difference a little bit. But yeah, really going even this game so far. Now it's again an interesting choice of Hera really going for skirmishes rather than light cav being researched as well right now. Whereas Zuppi
preparing for the late game, getting in his trash upgrades early.
Yeah, indeed, and I think I like to see it. Zuppi is not really, well, he's getting heavy Cav Archer now and passing tactics, so that's going to be a great help, but he might struggle a bit against those elite skirms. I mean, maybe he is able to fight him, but it's not really going to be very cost effective, I feel.
Oh yeah, he's going to lose a lot if he takes any of these fights. Now that he has the upgrades, it'll be a little bit closer, like especially party and tactics for the extra pierce armor. But He just needs to be careful when he fights, try to get all of his army together and just do one massive hit. A lot of it at once.
Yeah, indeed. And now the heavy cav archers with Farsian tactics are going to meet Hera's cav archers, so he needs to be a bit careful here, as his cav archer research is only done right now. And now he's picking the fight, having the skirmishes as a backup. And Zuppi forced to back off, really. Really using the trash nicely, in my opinion, to get some cost-effective trades in. He got his market up as well, maybe to secure some additional gold. I'm not sure how much eco is left over to actually sell resources, but it seems to be pretty well for him right now. And Hera is really a bit high on pop, mainly because he's been mixing in some trash, but now losing quite a bit of skirmishes to the Mangonel. A lot of skirmishes down.
Good shot. That was a pretty significant Mangonel shot there.
Pretty big, and now military is back on equal counts again.
I'm just wondering who's going to start adding in the rams first, because no one's really got many siege workshops. No one's done siege ram, because no one's simply got the food for it.
Yeah, a bit surprising in my opinion, and not a lot of gold being claimed by the players either, apart from their starting golds, that is, as in the main gold and obviously the 2 extra golds. Not really anyone moving to the middle of the map, securing some additional stuff, but Hera is now adding 4 stables in the north of the map. He might be going for some hussars. We saw the upgrades already. He might be planning to go on some raiding, and Zuppi has been doing the same thing, got the hussar upgrades. Is now actually getting a castle a bit more forward, so maybe we're going to see some additional siege workshop coming in as well, so he will actually start pushing anytime soon. Cabram is being researched, so I think we will.
And the plate body armor. Oh, someone's poking me in TeamSpeak.
For now, indeed, Hussars being queued up in the north. A bit of a bad fight. Zuppi here losing his Hussars for free, but he's actually trying to take the gold in the middle right now, and that's something I like to see. Zuppi is now really focusing on getting the golds, which are really in the middle of the map. You can see him mining in the south, you can see him mining in the middle. He's bringing in the relics with the monk, and I think that might be really in favor of Zuppi in the long run of the game, unless Hera is actually able to deny this gold income.
I think the relics are definitely a key thing at this stage, because like this gold, there's not that many villagers on it, and it's very easy to force them back a bit.
Yeah, indeed.
There's so many cav archers there, I can kill all the villagers in like 10-15 seconds, no problem.
And denying that gold is going to be really important, because it means your opponent simply won't be able to obviously get those stronger gold units out, forced to go trash. I'm just going to go see if Hera actually is scouting. Has scouted all the gold so far, and yes, he knows the gold in the south, and now he actually sees Zuppi stonewalling him in at the south. You see it going up.
That's a very sneaky stonewall there.
I really like to see it. It really keeps Hera a bit... Well, he will have a hard time actually moving out of his base, trying to take different paths. So he won't be able to do as much damage.
Hera should have been able to deny Zuppi's wall in the north.
Yeah, indeed, the Hussar's just walking past it, and also past the Mangonel, just going straight for the raiding, but he could have picked up the monk, the village is building the wall, and that would have allowed a lot more raiding to happen.
Zuppi seems to be overreacting a little bit. He looked like he was pulling all of his army back.
Yeah, he thought there was probably more coming, but now he got a wall finished, so it seems like the Hussars aren't going to do a lot of damage, unless they are going to move in the other way. But Zuppi seems to be really focusing on one spot right now, walling quite a bit of the map. And Zuppi already has some hussars out. He has them in the back, but not really using them so far. But it might become really important if he wants to deal with the skirmishes. Hera is standing to the north right now, adding siege workshops as well. Probably wants to push through this wall to make sure he's able to harass.
Queued up in the bank. He's got like 2k gold, 1500 food.
Wow, there's a lot of resources being banked up. But yeah, he is pop cap, but I just feel like he should be playing a bit more aggressive right now. He has the additional gold income, he can replenish his units from here on, whilst Hera might really struggle to actually get the Cav archers out again, as he doesn't have a lot of gold income. He still has the 3 pounds of gold in the back of his base, but those will be running out very soon.
Oh, there's like a on the gold there, and there's not enough villagers on it to keep producing like it. It'll disappear in 10 seconds if you kill off some cav archers.
Yeah, indeed. So this is why I feel like Zuppi should be pushing it a bit more, because then he can simply make sure he can secure the gold, and it simply also allows him to trade the gold units on even terms, whilst he has gold income, and Hera just doesn't have anything at all. He's trying to push now a little bit with the rams in the middle.
And Hera's trying to break the wall on the north hand side to get all of his cav archers in, possibly. No, he's playing back.
I think he will be succeeding, but I'm not sure if it's the right decision right now, as Zuppi seems to be going really strong in the middle, so he might be able to push through early and actually deal more damage. So we might end up seeing a bit of a base trade depending on how the players will be responding.
Also, he's trying to make castles defend, but it's a little bit too late.
Pretty late actually, and the hussars are now flooding in. So he might be able to do quite a bit of damage, especially due to the awkward wood lines that Zuppi has so far. But Zuppi really strongly pushing over here, and as soon as Hera is losing his military production, he might struggle a little bit. Obviously, he has quite a high amount of stables in the north, so maybe he will be able to produce army long enough, but...
Like, Hussars aren't going to be able to do enough with that many cav archers that Zuppi has.
No, indeed, and Zuppi still has 3k gold banked up, so he will be able to produce a whole lot of cav archers.
And he's raiding him really well. He's got Hussars running around denying farmers all over the place.
And he's now actually getting the Tarkans out, as we predicted in the break.
Well, the Tarkan rush is true.
But for now he might struggle defending the north a little bit, but on the other hand, I don't think Hera will be able to protect his base either, and he's already doing some raiding in the back of Hera's base as well. So you can almost call it a base trade, but I'm really favoring Zuppi right here. Now he's also adding barracks and probably is going to get some bikes out very soon to help him deal with the hussars, but I think Zuppi is already having quite an easy time in the north. He's almost outnumbering Hera. Hera a bit forced to get back to his own base and defend over there, as he simply was going to lose the base trade in the long run.
Zuppi's trying to stall a little bit. Like, other than those rams hitting the castle, he has a lot of skirmishes mixed into his cav archers. And he's also got some rams coming in to tank the cav archer fire, so he could take a really good fight here against the trebuchets.
Yeah, indeed, or at least make sure he gets the trebuchets done over there, as there's not a lot of siege to be seen of Zuppi. Well, they are there, but I still think Hera should be able to push this back over here, but on the other hand, Hera lost the offense in the north side as well. And a lot of hussars for Zuppi coming in, and Hera's base is just completely open. He might have a really easy time raiding.
Zuppi lost a good 15 cav archers there to nothing, basically, because of the rams tanking.
And that's why the Rams are just so strong. If the other player isn't microing constantly, then it is just going to soak so much damage. And now Zuppi is pushing in the north, and I think he's at least going even in the middle. So this is looking really bad for Hera.
I think the main thing is just the lack of gold that he has. Oh, and there's a GG.
Yeah, indeed. And now he was already struggling with the wood lines. Look at it. The only wood line he had was in the north. And he actually tried to get a lumber camp in the front as well. But Zuppi simply had way better map control over here. Just look at the gold gathered. Twice as much gold gathered by Zuppi. Sorry, 1.5 times. I accidentally looked at stone.
And just Hera's got a lot more food and wood, but it's not as useful as gold in the long run. You can sell it a little bit, but it just doesn't make up for the relics and the map control that Zuppi had.
Yeah, indeed. And this is really what I liked more about what Zuppi did over here, as he really went to get the map control earlier, and that's why he did get the gold. He did get the relics in. And yeah, I think that simply really paid off for him in the long run.
Just Hera had nothing that he could do versus the map control.
Yeah, indeed.